We are here to experience the dichotomies of life and, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I just had toast and syrup. And I heard it. Syrup. Tapping on that tree of knowledge, of sugar, of life, of eating oneself in many ways, of cooperating with those things which we call alien, foreign, strange, peculiar. Just something that we had not been gnostic to. So we are agnostic in many ways. We have no stick, we have no measure. So as I was watching, still a good hour and a half at least still left of the Real Lucifer and Satan Q&A from Inner Standing. It was streamed live June 29th, 2019. And I live in the center of Satan, 314 pi formula, the math of it all, the frequency, and all the people that have, quote, bound Satan, not knowing what they were doing or what they were saying. It is our time, it is my time for Missouri to rise up as the reflection of the Golden State, which is California. And our state names the status of these regions. They form words, and words are from the world of vibration. And listening to Seven talk about, in many ways, himself and how close he is to, or I'm sure he's even that much more into himself, if you will. Since then, because this was 2019, and as you talk about it, it allows you to expand. My daughter was just texting me about stopping the racing mind, and I said, all of your thoughts have a right to be felt or heard, and writing them down will give them a sense of being felt, getting them out of the ether world, out of the ethereal world into materializing. And so we all are alchemists. We are all, I am a valchemist because my bond is strong. And I'm thinking more for time's sake to shorten the days. I was thinking to do more essays and treaties, peace treaties, as it may. Looking for the sake of time, because time is the carbon here. It is the trace. It is the line, the string. Theory brought from theory to form. And so the meridian and the lines within the body, within the earth's veins, highways, fault lines, whatever they may be called, basically the earth's chakra systems, are complete with God's angels, God's nutrition for the earth, for the sons of God to be birthed. Out of all of this chaos comes cashola even. And so I'm just announcing the birth of the big baby boy, big baby girl, bouncing baby, healthy sons and daughters of God. And the Pisces is alive and well. The Gem and I are alive and well. and all the hosts, all the host and the hostess, and bringing, in some ways, shortening words and lengthening others, so that we get used to normalizing playing again with our words, a playwright, and knowing that we are, again, being given the mantle, being given the magic pen, the magic wand is being handed over to me and to you. I've drawn out the sickle out of myself. It is like the Excalibur, the author, King Arthur, get it? There's think in terms of sonogram, anagrams, you know, Tesla, also known as E-Salt, was one that gave us the frequencies of 3, 6, and 9, frequency, vibration, and energy. And again, not necessarily in that order. There's a cross training, if you will. There's a Holy Trinity, but that was not to leave it static. As we know in phonetics, we were taught that the letter P makes that sound as if hitting something, urine hitting a can. So P, a pinging. But then at some point, P got a friend, N, bunny ears down, and P became silent, and so, hence women not wanting men to hear their P, pneumonia. Anyway, new money, this new world that has been ordered by all, that it's time for a new game. It's now time for a new majesty. It's time for all things new, and a redistribution of commonwealth among the self and then the other. So I am that great demonstration, that great example given by God, again, before the foundations. You can't fix the problem within the matrix. You have to be outside of it and then go in. And so all the beautiful movies that Hollywood have portrayed for us, I would like that to be one of my, kind of a Siskel and Ebert effect, but again, with a much more richer spiritual highlight, tonality to it. And a movie that's coming to mind is Fantastic Voyage, and it was basically this political figure who had a bullet in the body, in the brain or something, and so they had learned how to shrink people, and they went in a submarine, and and it got turbulent, and his body found out, that this foreign entity was in there, and basically he cried a tear, and that's how they got out. I'm sorry, I spoiled the whole thing. It's still worth seeing, I promise. But this is what I would love to do, and I'm drawing in my finances. I'm speaking them. This is fertile ground. Not as men would suppose, per se. But I am that Persephone. What's the name? I don't know how to pronounce it. Got a name that you can't pronounce. Those names just means per sound, the way it's interpreted be with your ear. And when you come from a low place, you're looking up to everyone. And so that's why the last, being the leader, they listen to everyone else's reasons, excuses, methods, philosophies. And then finally, is there anybody else that got to, You still ain't making all the dollars and the cents. And so you raise your hand. And so again, I hear all the knowledge. All the knowledge is there. I admire everyone that I see on YouTube in their right and rituals. And I'm here to share mine right now. And just again, just the transparency, and that's the dichotomy of life. That's, dun 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 dun, exclamation point. It's the enigma, if I didn't say that word in the past 10 minutes. That's the name of it's not a pamphlet, but the name of the treatise. It'll be 16 pages. And again, that name enigma being name or game or the gamut, I'll be able to make it all make sense again as a living historian and historian, their story. When I saw that my ex, name Y, I can get some Z's now, that his cardinal number also in date of birth added up to 9. But again, it's his whole month and date to my date. And so I'm the validator. We got terminators, we got erasers. I am the validator that you are here and able to make your own story and your own narration. And I can help you read your table of contents, also known as the Akashic records. Again, when names and words are ancient, when they're or ancient and sent. I'm gonna stop. But you can tell where it comes from, the origin. And so the orange, the sacral chakra, the female has to be the one. When we're talking about the end of all things in order to begin anew, she had to be the one to tie the knot. The knot of Isis. It is what it is. I was of the far side of the middle. That's how it came to me earlier today. I'm smack dab in the middle. The state, my mind, and everything else. So in order to come out of me, to bloom like a mushroom, to know that our covering is our glorification of our light, of our very being. That is our wholesomeness. I come to you whole, not the smashing of the pumpkins and all of that. Again, I saw the challenge on how we are vulgating and instead of validating, giving a arc and a covering. I come from St. Louis, Missouri, the show me state, born at Barnes Hospital. And so I validated myself, and then I saw that my mother and my father and my ancestors and my celestials and the Tropic of Cancer, as Seven was saying, he don't want to just be a zodiac, one in the zodiac. Again, once you come to the fullness of that, you're the number 13. But beyond that, you want to be a cosmos. You want to be a tropic. You want to fulfill all of those layers of knowing thyself as a star, as a pentagram, as a square, as a circle, as well-rounded, as triangulated, and being able to do those things, to demonstrate it within and without, through your organs, through your churches, your chakras, your spinning wheels, your energy centers. And again, a lot of energy is expended through the navel, but especially when the reproductive organs, in the sense of making and procreating more gods, more babies, more serpents, that spinal cord is your serpent. And those two coming together Dare I say in war back to back, is that wisdom against the quote enemy up under a tree. You take that side, I take the other side. But when the serpent comes together, when we look at that one, the colon, the sea alone, a woman by herself, in herself, has the capabilities of self-pollinating. That's the broken knowledge. But anyway, it's not broken anymore because I just said it. Go Ask Val is my cash app in case you would like to give. I love you all. I evolve you all. We change together. We are whole and wholesome. And we are making our own finances. And we're getting back to square one, round one, and triangle one, and all the others, just to keep the diversity. All right. Take care.